All right, ladies. Sorry for the dramatics, but I am so much into Savannah Christina right now because her whole self-care movement, songs have really made an impression on this season that I'm currently in. And as you see the title, get ready for me to be a lot vulnerable right now. I'm sitting out in my car, local by this cute little tennis court and a park for family, and I said, why not make a video on just being total transparent in this. I'm on a level up, like consistently. I've been at this plateau. I've been in the entrepreneur game. I've been the single woman who's just going after her goals and just getting everything done. I've been that woman. Had offices. I have contractors. I have workers, starting new businesses, Amazon. Like, I've done and tried so many things and been successful at them. Excuse me, but by the grace of God, also too, God had me go through some seasons. I've been the first homeowner in my family. Like, I've done so many things that I have to honestly look back and be like, by the grace of God, I did that. But this time, I just wanted to learn, and I think and believe I'm in a season of my life of just leveling up. It's getting hot, so I'm gonna crack that. Leveling up not only in the physical, but in the spiritual. And then also, what does it feel like to be in this selfless era of like, yes, I can love me. Yes, I can be a good person. Yes, I can have those nice things, but I also want to be right with God. Which is pushing me to kind of change my dynamics of dressing, changing my dynamics of how I carry myself, changing my dress and my code. Like, as you guys see, I'm more covered up, and just being that leveled up girl and woman that I believe that I really am. But it's taking time to polish her and refine her and reinvent her, because honestly, guys, this has been a reinvention for me plenty of times. You know, sometimes what we have to do, we have to change our living room furniture in our home or our bedroom furniture to revamp things. And what I'm learning about me and my life is that it's okay for me to get to these points where I'm like, that something needs to move, something needs to change. And I think how I got here is by knowing what I don't want anymore. And this is for all the girlies out there who have attracted a certain type of man, have attracted certain types of females, have attracted certain type of friendships, have attracted. And then what it boils down to is that you start to realize, like, wait a minute, this is looking like last season. And I thought I passed that test already. Like, I thought I already overcame that. Why am I still attracting things that kind of look similar in this season? So I wanted to make this video because cycles repeat. But the righteous man falls down several times. And that goes for us ladies. Like, we are able to fall down. I'm going to put these on real quick because I kind of want to see how they look. I'm looking like a rich auntie. So cycles repeat, right? And it is our journey. It's our job to, these bangs are kind of, I'm learning how to curl, guys. Like, I tried to style this today, but it's still beautiful. It's giving. So cycles repeat. And when I say repeat, we have to look at our lives and we have to say, hold on, last year, where was I compared to this year? And then really hone that in and be real with yourself to say, am I better off where I was last year compared to today? And mentally, it's not just about your car, your toys, your home, your clothing, your hair, your body, I'm talking about, like, spiritually, mentally, physically, because Ms. Never Settle, which is my brand, it was all about what God put into my spirit. God was telling me not to settle in my relationships. God was telling me not to settle for unspiritual men. God was telling me not to even settle for me for the version of just not being spiritually equipped, right? And like, God stopped pouring on me, and I'm like, well, how am I getting all this backlash when it's my Holy Father telling me never to settle for these things? And then God was telling me, like, spend this time with me, focus on me, love on me, and I'm going to get you to those relationships, to those friendships, to those opportunities, and they're going to chase you, okay? Because so many of us are thinking that we have to chase it But really the real currency is when it chases you. Like, that's been another affirmation that I've been speaking over myself, that I get paid just to exist. My energy is such a rare commodity because being wholesome now is something that has been looked like everything is flesh. So if I'm covered up and I'm looking more feminine and I'm dressing and I'm carrying and exuding that light, exuding that, not giving myself the cheap thrill look, not giving myself the look of just trying to be risky. And guys and ladies, let me just say, you can still be that type of woman and be a beautiful woman inside, okay? I'm just not at that place anymore. I don't want to be her anymore. Because at the end of the day, we're causing men to lust after us. At the end of the day, we're causing a disruption on our purity. Like today, I have on a nice skirt and I have a leg out. You can still be sexy and beautified in your way, but what I was doing, and I can't speak for anybody else, is that I was trying to purposely, like, I know I had a nice body, so I was purposely wearing outfits that were just exuding my body. Now I'm more of in this elegant. I want to look elegant. I want to be able to be around people who are just kind and beautiful, and you can be both. You can be beautiful on the inside and beautiful aesthetically, but it takes time. So you have to be patient with yourself, and you this is just a disclaimer. When you're going through those moments of just not, sorry I'm looking all around, but there's so many families and stuff out right now. Like, it is Thanksgiving. Hence, what am I doing here for Thanksgiving, guys? So I have no family in California, so it is what it is. No, but seriously, shout out to my family. I am going to go visit and fly out soon. I just happen to just be in California right now. It is what it is. So it's gonna take time. And as I was just gonna state that, like, when you're going through these seasons of that, I love YouTube. I have my top influencers. I kind of low-key have like, they are my besties and they don't even know that they're my besties, because it's like girl time for me. But what I realized is that as much as my besties motivate me, and as much as, like, they're going after their dreams and they're setting the stage and they're showing me, like, their vulnerability, which I love them for that, the real reality is, like, when I'm in those modes, sorry, let me get this right. When I'm in those modes, I may not want to be able to watch their videos, because, like, it's a constant reminder of something. Like, I'm still, like, I have to work on certain things in my own life. So, like, I feel like in a way it's going to distract me from where I'm at physically. So I feel like have a equal border of boundaries for you and that work for you, because I've been on that rampage where you're just going to YouTube video to YouTube video, and then over the course of time you're like, oh my gosh, like, you're still stuck in bed. Get dolled up, never settle. It's not just about looking nice, it's about being nice, even when it's not returned to you. So as I was stating, because I'm all over the place and I want to make sure that my main points are coming out. I'm really thirsty right now, by the way, because I ate chocolate for breakfast. The main thing of this is there's specifics about Miss Never Settle. It's not just about trying to be like the it girl, the glamour woman, because, you know, it's for girls and women. If you're younger than 18, these things should be embedded to you, not just to go get BBLs and your body right and your hair done and having money and having on the it clothes. That works for a certain time, but then you attract certain people if you don't do the internal work, and that requires God, and that requires the Holy Spirit. So I don't want to mislead people, because I've been misled. And that's why that journey to me is coming down to my later 30s. I'm in my 30s, guys. So let that soak in, that you don't want to go through your 20s and your late 20s without really. Okay, so like I said, because I want to wrap this video up. This is part 2. And I want to hurry up because I am sitting here and I need to make my plans for today. I know a lot of families are like, what is she doing? It's Thanksgiving, but it's okay. But yes, ladies, never settling is so crucial. And I'm going to be making more content about, like, what's going transparent in my life, what's going on. I've been there. I had to reinvent myself. I feel like I'm going through this reinvention in my 30s, where when I was in my 20s, I thought like that was it, right? But what I'm learning is like it's one level, and then you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. So really take this season before Christmas, before the new year starts coming in, to really be like, I feel like the feeling that I get most about it is not trying to be something I'm not, but like I'm tired of being this version that I've been. I think, and then I get inspired when I see other women who have made those transitions and come out the burning fire, like reinvented and just graceful and beautiful. And it's exciting because then it's like, oh, okay, it's not just like the aesthetics. You can tell she worked on her internal woman. So I'm going to definitely be honing in on where my journey is with that and like getting focused more into that. But I think for the biggest season right now is just really honing in and just getting a clear vision of exactly what it is you want it to look like. And when you start there, you can start to pinpoint like A, B, C, and then make your way there, versus just like flopping out of the bed tomorrow and like, I'm just start dressing it. It's not just what you put on aesthetically. It's also taking the healing journey and working. So I'm really just sitting here thinking about like some of the things that's probably not going to be able to go with me in this new level up. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to ask yourself, can these friendships go with me in this new level up? Can this relationship go with me in this level up? Parts of yourself can't even be required and allowed to go where you're going in this level up. The pettiness can't go. The gossip can't go. The degrading of your own self. Like sometimes we want to say, oh, we have haters, but some of the time you're just your worst critic. And then you put that same critical attention to everyone around you. Well, like a kind person is not going to talk like that to themselves. That's why when you see people who have worked on their beauty from the inside out, when people do get out of character, they don't. Because they know that how people perceive them is up to people. Like if you're watching this video right now and you're like, oh, I disagree with, that's your perception, right? So like everything is perception. You know, there could be two kids in the same living situations and standards of parents, both growing up with one child looks at it like, hey, I'm going to make this and use this to make me better. Or one child says, I'm going to do the same crap that my parents did. It's really the perception of the person. So like everything out here is really just how are we going to internalizing it? How are we going to use it for our greater good? How are we going to make it better? How are we going to step out of our own limited belief systems, etc.? And I'm so excited because I think for the longest time, I've been kind of like afraid of myself and thinking like I went through the whole trying to people please people and trying to people please my family and then trying to get people to be like, oh, clap for me. But then all in realities, they really weren't even clapping when I was at the top, when I was doing the best, when I was at the level that I was like, oh, I'm definitely winning. People weren't even like this as much as I thought they would. So the true reality is I have to feel like that in every season that I'm going through. I have to be my cheerleader. I have to be like my best friend. And that's the spiritual side of never settling, because you're teaching yourself like it's an internal process. So that way when you get in rooms that are bigger, someone not looking at you and complimenting you won't even it won't even bother you. Or someone trying to be catty and you're not even like trying to take it there, but they're still trying to take it there and you just dismiss it. Your peace. I'm so learning, like, in this journey of where I'm at, it's really about my peace. It's gonna be about your peace, babe. It's gonna be about your level up. And your level up, you don't have to have any explanations for anyone. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to try to get everybody to understand, oh, do you like it? Sorry for the plane. Do you like it? What do you think? What do you think? What do you like about this? Do you like this? Do you want this? Or should I do this? Or should I do this? Stop it. I wish I had a horn. I'm being extra. But it's simple as this. Work on you. This requirement of what you're doing is going to require another version of you to be rebirthed and born. Get excited for that. Like, seriously, get excited for that. And when I mean, like, get excited to the point where you're just going out, you're getting to you, you're getting back to the glam girl, where you're spending time in the Bible, you're spending time doing like girly, dainty things for yourself, you're working on your internal woman, you're putting yourself around loving people, loving women who are not going to compete with you, who are not worried about, who just wants to love you as sisters, you know? And relationships. Girls, these relationships that you rode the horse on may not be the horse you're riding back. Okay? There's relationships that are meant for seasons. And meaning you have these seasons, we have to understand, like, I know me, sometimes I try to like pan seasons out and then try to keep going back. And God is like, I tried to cut that out of your life 2 years ago, and you're still using that as a clutch? You're still using that as to run back? No. Stop running back out of fear, out of someone being there. You know you can have weight on someone because guess what? They've always been there. Stop. God has so much more for you. I don't know if you've seen the meme, but the meme was God or Jesus, he had a teddy bear and he was walking with he had the small teddy bear in front of him, and the little girl was going for the small teddy bear, but he had a bigger teddy bear behind his back, right? And I like to say this because a lot of women, we want what we want. We love luxury, we love top of the line things, we love for our special someone to like adore us and spoil us, etc., right? It makes us more feminine. And little do we know that if we just understand that our Father loves us more than any man on this walking earth will, and the fact that he will make sure that if we solely, fully, now I mean fully surrender to his glory, into just his abundance of just all his greatness, that he would wow us every single time. Sorry. But the trick of that is not easy, right? Like, it sounds easy, but it's not easy. And God is like, you keep grabbing for the little teddy bear, but this whole time I have the bigger teddy bear available for you. But you have to believe to receive, type thing. And I so identify with that. Like, I so identify with that. And I think with faith is going to keep coming in seasons. And you're like, oh, because the testing doesn't stop. Like, problems and blessings go in hand. So just when you're blessed, you're going to have this. I want to wrap this up. I don't want to last this too long. I just really want you to really focus this week. My mental note as a sister, whoever's watching this, if this resonated with you, if it touched you, if it made sense, this new version of you is going to require mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, a bigger level up for you. We're getting older, we're getting wiser, we're getting more mature, not older, because we still look good, baby. Okay? It's okay. But don't think that this journey of where you're at means don't let it scare you. Don't let it punk you out, because you want it. God gave you those desires, okay? I love you. Bye, babes.